Welcome to Rajendra Tandon videos. We are moving ahead describing the battle being waged outside the gates of Lanka. Learning of the death of so many of his warriors and the destruction of the city in the fire, an angry Ravana sent for his eldest son Indrajit and said, "My brave son, you alone can kill Ram and Lakshmana. Go and kill the chivalrous brothers either in a straight fight or by making yourself invisible. You are definitely more powerful than them and have been the only one till now to have subdued them for some time." You have defeated the invincible Indra in a battle. Surely you have the caliber to kill these two human beings. Writes Valmiki, once again Indrajit entered the battlefield and began his ritual worship of gods. Making an offering to Agni, Indrajit, blessed with the power to become invisible whenever he wished to do so, climbed his magnificent chariot. The golden chariot was pulled by 4 horses and was stocked with a large bow and hundreds of arrows. Protected by the Brahmastra, riding a chariot brilliant like the sun, Indrajit looked invincible. Pulling at his bowstring, Indrajit declared, "Ram and Lakshmana are counterfeit tapasvis wandering in the forest. I shall kill them on the battlefield and hand over a great victory to my father." Saying this, Indrajit became invisible and noticed Ram and Lakshman standing surrounded by the Vanara commanders. He started shooting arrows at them like a cloud flooding the earth with rain. The Raghava brothers released arrows but did not deliberately touch Indrajit. On the other hand, writes Valmiki, Indrajit created smoke through Maya and made it difficult for the warriors on land to see him or hear the horse beats. He released arrows as if he was throwing rocks and ended up injuring Ram in every limb. Ram and Lakshmana retaliated and shot at the invisible enemy. They saw several blood-soaked arrows falling to the ground and with apt concentration were able to cut most of the arrows aimed at them. Indrajit moved his chariot in the sky, traveling in different directions so that his exact location could not be determined. What a fight! Hit by his arrows, Ram and Lakshman stood bleeding like blooming palash trees. A remarkable simile. The palash tree which blooms in spring has blood red flowers. We make color with those flowers to play Holi. Nobody could see Indrajit's face. His movement, bows, arrows, like the sun hidden behind a cloud. Nothing about him could be ascertained. Hitting without being seen, he injured hundreds of Vanaras and killed an equal number. An angry Lakshmana declared to Ram that he would invoke the Brahmastra to kill the entire Rakshasa race. Rama cautioned him and said, "It is not fair to kill the entire Rakshasa race because one of them has misbehaved." Words of a gentleman. One ought not to kill anyone who is not engaged in a battle, who is in hiding, who has surrendered and sought protection, who has lost his mind, or the one who is running away from the battlefield. Let us attempt to kill Indrajit alone. We shall use powerful weapons to accomplish this task. Indrajit retreated into Lanka because he could see Rama devising a strategy to end his life. However, he could not overcome his anguish at the death of the Rakshasa warriors. As soon as possible, writes Valmiki, Indrajit, gathering a large force, came out of the western door of the city in order to challenge Rama's might. To weaken Rama's resolve of defeating him, he created a dummy Sita who looked real and alive and placed her on his chariot. I have included a Mewar painting showing this particular scene. Please appreciate. Indrajit's soldiers surrounded her, making frightening faces. The Vanaras were enraged at this spectacle. Led by Hanuman, they advanced carrying huge boulders. Finding an advancing Vanara Sena, Indrajit lost his cool. Pulling at her hair, he dragged the dummy Sita. The woman cried and said, Haram! Haram! Indrajit beat her in full sight of the crowd. And anguished Hanuman, looking at the maltreatment of Rama's queen, charming in every limb, wept and said, O evil soul, you are determined to destroy yourself that you are touching her hair. You were born in a family of Brahmarashis. Today your conduct is condemnable. Are you so heartless that you humiliate a woman? What crime has Maithili committed against you that you mercilessly cause her hurt? You will not live long, and it is your misfortune that you stand facing me in this battle. As Indrajit saw Hanuman advancing with a rock to attack him, he asked his soldiers to thwart his movement. He shot hundreds of arrows to kill the Vanara soldiers and to make them run for life. Addressing Hanuman, he said, Vanara, I shall now in your sight kill Vaidehi, for whose sake you, Sugriv, and Ram have attacked Lanka. Later I shall kill Ram, Lakshman, you and Sugriv, as well as the traitor Bibhishana. You said that I ought not to kill a woman. For me, the most sacred act of duty is that which hurts the enemy most. Saying this, Indrajit cut Sita into two pieces, striking her at shoulders with a sharp sword. Having done this, he said, Look, I have sliced Rama's beloved wife into two. Here lies Sita, the Videha princess. All your efforts at war are now futile. Rama fainted on learning of Sita's death at the hands of Indrajit. Lakshmana revived him, speaking reassuring words. But Vibhishana realized that Indrajit had not killed the real Sita but a mere dummy. Looking at the semi-conscious Ram, he said, Maharaja, the sad news brought to you by Hanuman is in my view as impossible as the ocean going dry. I am well aware of Ravana's inclination towards Sita. He will not, come what may, allow her to be killed. He has never allowed any other man an access to Sita, whether by Sam, Dand or Bhed. How could she be exposed in a battlefield to the eyes of other men? Mahabaho, Indrajit created an illusion and killed a dummy Sita, created through sorcery. He has succeeded in creating a doubt in the minds of the Vanaras to gain his end in the battle. Indrajit had gone to worship in the Nikumbhila temple. Once he has successfully completed the yagya there, even the devatas will find it difficult to fight and kill him. O great leader, give up your dejection and prepare to reach the temple with our forces before Indrajit completes his yagya. Looking at your suffering like this, our soldiers have lost hope. They are full of grief. Kindly stay here in full control and depute Lakshmana to lead us. He will interrupt Indrajit's yagya, after which he can be easily killed. I propose to take up the rest of this particular narration in part 2 of this video. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram.